Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Take on Tottenham. My name is Ben, and this is my take on Tottenham. And full-time result: Chelsea 0, Tottenham 0. A bit of a stalemate game. This was a very interesting game. When I say interesting, I mean it's not really that interesting. But it was kind of like both teams spent the entire 90 minutes trying to figure each other out. I think Chelsea probably had, more chances, probably more possession, I imagine. Similar to Man City last week. But I think Chelsea dealt with more stuff better than Man City did last week as well. So let's just get into it. We've got the notes. Let's just get into it. So let's start off with a positive for a change, because we usually start off with negatives. Ndombele, we have to say, I might actually make this starting from next week an Ndombele / Højbjerg appreciation minute, where I just gush about how good these players are, because they are so good. Ndombele feels like a new signing. I've said it week in, week out. He honestly, he looks so good. The way he shifts his body weight, and his footwork, he's so good. I always feel like we sort of tend to sort of fall a little bit from what we've been like when he goes off. But yeah, I think maybe best player for us today was Ndombele. I thought he was fantastic. Højbjerg as well, not his best game by a country mile, but still a top game doing what he's there to do, which is be a nuisance and get a card and just interrupt that flow of play. And I think that really hindered Chelsea today. Now on to the negatives. Actually, no, little shout out to Joe Rodon. First start for us, obviously replacing Toby while he's out. And I've got to say, first of all, I'm happy, because I'm happy that Sanchez didn't come in today, because I feel like we might have lost that game if Sanchez had been in. Joe Rodon had a great debut. I had some ups and downs, some iffy moments here and there, but a clean sheet against Chelsea, I think he'll be quite happy with that. So little shout out to Joe Rodon there. Really, really good debut for him. First start for us. On to negatives. So Serge Aurier, I think Aurier's had a good season so far for him. Like, he's had a good season. I thought Man City played really well. I felt today, he was just getting out of position. I felt like he was getting caught out. I felt like he was really struggling with Chilwell. And I feel like the fullbacks in general, Reguilon and Aurier, both struggled with Chilwell and Reece James respectively. I do feel like Chelsea were better with them. I mean, the amount of crosses that Reece James got away was unbelievable, and thank God Tammy Abraham was having an off day, because could have been punished, I think, if that was. I think Gary Neville said a bit that if it was Giroud, if he'd scored, if he'd been on, he might have scored a few of them. But just felt like Aurier was caught out of position a lot. Sissoko was then having to cover him quite a bit. Reguilon as well. Like, I thought he had a good game going forward, as he did when he first played against Chelsea in the Carabao Cup, but I felt like he again struggled a bit defensively. Like I said earlier, Reece James got so many crosses away, has so much space to do it, and like I say, we were just lucky in the end. Eric Dyer, as much as I praised him last week, I praised the hell out of him last week. Best game as centre back. Back to what I would consider normal. I thought he was poor today. I know we kept a clean sheet, and of course I can't ignore that. That's very good that we did keep a clean sheet. Chelsea have a very good team, very good attackers, and to keep a clean sheet, not many teams are going to do that this season. But I have to say, still, I do think Eric Dyer was poor today. He struggled a lot with Abraham. I really felt like he was struggling a lot. I know he had a few clearances, but felt like a couple of times he lost track of where he was. He was making really bad. His passing was really bad today, Dyer. Like, making passes out, going straight to Chelsea, then all of a sudden the pressure's on us. And just getting caught out quite a bit. Again, not his worst game as centre back, but I felt it could have been compared to last week, it was non-existent. I thought he was way better last week, and luckily today we kept the clean sheet. But last week for sure was a different player almost. I don't know. Steven Bergwijn looked really threatening in parts. I think he had a good game. I felt like a couple of his first touches were quite poor, and that kind of cost us going forward. Sonny and Kane both struggled. I think Chelsea did a great job in terms of shutting them down a bit. I think they couldn't really connect as much. They tried, there was attempts, but they just couldn't connect as much as they have been in recent weeks. I think it's the first game that I can remember for a while that we've not scored in. So good job for to Chelsea for doing that. But like I said, that's not to take anything away from Chelsea. They were the more attacking team. I just felt Spurs just for what they were last week against Man City, with their counter attack, just open City up. I felt like they just looked maybe a little bit tired today. Maybe a little bit. Something just wasn't clicking today. Hugo made a great save to deny Mason Mount. It was a really good save. Both keepers didn't really have much to do. It was a very sort of in the middle of the park game. And when Chelsea did go forward, they didn't really test Lloris. That Mason Mount save was really good though. And Gio, Lo Celso missed that sitter right at the end. That would have been like 110% a Jose performance. We've sat back, and then literally 93rd minute, Gio could have won it. And I'm so gutted. He had so many options. I think he was trying to feed it to Kane. If you look to his left, Reguilon was bolting it forward, unmarked. And it was just such a shame. But, like I said, Joe Rodon had a really good debut, I thought. A good first start for us. Literally, lost some blood in the process. But yeah, he had nearly a calamitous error where he nearly fed Giroud in the 92nd minute. He nearly just headed it back, didn't put anything on it. Giroud nearly swept in and stole it, and I imagine that probably would have gone in the net. So a little bit of a learning curve, but again, it's his first start, and I thought he had a great game. I'm more confident in him than Sanchez, that's for sure. And a little rare one. I don't usually rate the manager too much, but obviously I rate him, but I don't rate him during a game sort of thing. I gotta say, Jose, for me, I think there was a point in this game where we just decided, right, the draw's what was happening. We sat back for the draw. I think Ben Davies came on late on for Bergwijn. I just felt like Jose's subs today were a bit questionable. Again, I wouldn't have took Ndombele off. Again, is it a question of he's not fully fit to do a whole 90? I don't know. I just wouldn't have taken him off. I always feel like we'd sort of, like I said earlier, our performance sort of drops a little bit when he's not there because he connects the midfield. He connects the midfield to the forwards, and he can find the play. He can find Sonny. He can find Kane, and he moves the game forwards. And I feel like we just sort of slowed down when he went off. And Jose just left the subs late. I felt we had Ndombele come off for Gio, and then literally the next two subs came after the 87th minute. It's too late for anyone to have an impact at that point. No, I'm sorry, it was too late. It might have cost us, but I understand why he brought Davies on to shore up the defence. But in the end, I felt like it was more of a right. We're going for the draw here, and that's it sort of thing. So a little bit of a critique, but nothing massive. Look, I will take a draw at Chelsea. They're going to be going for the title this season. They have spent big in the summer. They're going to be going for the title. And I think Chelsea fans will probably also say this is a game that you just don't want to lose. Draw's not too bad. Obviously, it's not preferred. You prefer the win. But at the end of the day, it's not losing the game. And look, a draw has taken Spurs top, I believe. I think that's... Yeah, Liverpool drew yesterday. So a draw takes Spurs back to top. And we go again next week. But again, I have to praise Spurs for not losing this match. Whereas I felt like maybe a couple of years ago, we would have lost this match. Nothing against Pochettino, but I just feel like this is the surety of what Jose brings. I feel like this is the mentality that he brings, and that we can just shut up shop, and if the point's all we're going to get, then we'll grind out for the point. So I do have to praise Jose for that. I just feel like I felt like some substitutions might have changed the game. I felt like we just accepted that we were just going to go for the draw from a certain point. I felt like we could have gone on and got the win, potentially. But like I said, don't take anything away from Chelsea. They played really well. I'm sure they will be frustrated they didn't get the win as well. But we go on. Like I said, I'll take a point from this game. So 4 points from Man City and Chelsea. And I think it's Arsenal next, the big game. So can't wait for that. So first North London derby on this channel. So yeah, that's it basically. So we go again next week. And that's all I've got to say. So let me know what you thought in the comment section about this game. And I'm trying to think of a question to end it on. Do you think Jose's subs weren't that great? Let me know. Yeah, so hit the subscribe button and the like button and the notification bell to stay up to date with everything on this channel. And I will see you guys in the next video. And as always, come on, you Spurs.